Howdy everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Clicking with me, Mackenzie, the Divas, Gertie and Maud, and McCall. We're going to do another tip on some cool training you can do with donkey. You back up. And today we're going to work on target training. So what do I mean when I say target training? It's just teaching an animal to walk to a place and interact with an object. And it starts out really easy. All we're trying to do is reinforce them for finding a little ball. You can get a dowel. I go to a hardware store and tennis ball. And for, you can make 3 of them for about $15 or 1 for about $5 or even less if you're thrifty and find your tennis ball. Have a dowel laying around. Really easy tool to set up, but it does a wonder and you can do a lot of things. So let's just do a little demo of what target training can lead up to. McCall and Maud will do some and I'll do some with Gertie. And we'll just kind of show off what their target training, some of the stuff that they can do because of it. So it's great for leading at liberty. You can also use it as a way to teach them to enter into spaces, including things like trailers and stalls. You can teach really cool tricks with it. I don't know if they'll be able to do this because we haven't done a ton of it. Touch. But we've worked a couple of times. She's got to eat her treat. Hold on our spins with it. So you get them turning. Yes. And eventually you can fade the target. You can do all sorts of really fun stuff like set up a target on a rope or some other object and send them away to get it. Like I said, it's great for trailer training, going into places, leading at liberty, and teaching all sorts of cool tricks. And it's just like, it's fun for them.
Yeah, you can
touch. You can get them to stretch in different ways. It can be great for donkey yoga.
Touch.
Where is it? See if she can think to go up with her head to get it.
Touch.
Oh, there it is. She's like, I have to bite if I'm going upwards. It's got to be a touch and bite. Good job. That was great. So how do you start? It's nice and easy. You just get, you can use the other thing I wanted to say is you can also use your hand as your target. Just make sure that you don't have too mouthy of an animal when you're doing that. I like to target, mark, and then feed. You can also feed on the ground if for some reason your animal isn't great at taking food from the hand. Definitely do, if that's the case, check out our last video on leave it training because it can help a lot with that. All right, so how do we start? We just start with whatever the object is, we put it somewhere. We're gonna shape towards, that was a very creative, I don't know if you all could tell, but Gertie just had a very creative target. We're gonna shape towards any sort of movement towards that. The important thing here is that you just are patient and that you wait and then you mark the moment that they hit it and then feed away so that they have to move back towards it to re-engage. The first 10 or so mark treats can just be on touching it with their nose, right? The things you want to watch out for is don't bring it towards them. Let them move towards it. So some people we're shaping a grab it and then target it. Gertie made this more complicated for her own entertainment. Some people want to do is to pretend this is the donkey and they want to do this. That can inhibit their enjoyment of going towards the thing, a little bop on their nose. So you want to avoid that. It's always going away. Target is always moving away. And they're trying to catch up to it. So again, the first several clicks are, and you can do this with me if you have an animal, click for hitting it. Or you can pretend that you're training Gertie. Click for hitting it. And you do that like 10 or so times. We'll get like 2 more in, just so she doesn't get too bored with us. Click for hitting it. And we'll do one more. Click for hitting it. So I was moving a little bit faster, and I already moved into the next step, which is put the object somewhere where they'll have to take like one step to get to it. Click for hitting it. If for some reason your animal doesn't want to take that step, you can also do something like have it further away. Click as they move towards it. So even before they hit it, just adjust your criteria down to get them moving. And then eventually we're going to build up to playing games like this where we're moving around and they're just tracking it. Trying to make it super fun. But mixing it up with other games. And you can get an animal who's really eager to follow. It can also help you keep two animals at a distance from each other. So you can have one marker stick on one side, one on the other, and it helps them lead off lead without being too close. Again, you can do things like help you transition an animal into a space. You're closing me in here? Gertz, touch. She's like, hold on, I gotta make sure that this is up to standards, right? We haven't ever done this before, but she's got the hang of it. So if you have somebody who doesn't like loading, you can use it for that as a good way to like help them move into stalls, anything like that. Of course, you want to make sure they're having really positive. Hold on, here, take your treat first, then you can come out. All right, you ready to jailbreak? Jailbreak! Gertie's jailbreaking, everybody. Touch. Couple other ways that once you've got them consistently touching it, you can make it more fun. So you can get 2 touches between reinforcement. That's 1. So we can get another one. Touch. 2. You can go up to, you like to do 2, and then see if we can do 3. 1. 2. With the creative munch. I ain't taking it. Let's see if we can get a 3rd one. Moving it up and down so that they have to seek for it. And if you do that, don't just keep going higher. Go back to an easy one. So we'll do it on 1 this time. Good. Target you. Can you pick it up? Oh, thank you. Will you give it to me this time? Maybe.
Touch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was almost it. You almost had it. Pick it up. It's like it's basically at you, Mackenzie. This is so hard. Use your mouth. Oh.
Those are some good buttons.
Probably should have clicked the first couple.
What else can you do?
So that's target training. If you have any questions about it, be sure to ask on chat. Well, I'd take it. That was pretty cool. Here you go. Or leave a comment in the feed section, and I'll happily address them next time. We're going to take 1 quick minute and then go see if Canner wants to play today. We have them all separated, so we'll see what he thinks of that this time. If you tuned in last time, he was not so enthusiastic. He was a little bit nervous. So hopefully this time we won't be seeing that. So thanks for checking out Clicking with the Divas, and we'll see you in just a sec.
Oh, do you want to say hi to Mackenzie?
been at Days of Dunrovin and involved for a long time. You already know, no introduction is probably necessary, but for all the new folks, this is my horse, Canner. He's a good guy. If you didn't tune in the last couple episodes, I just went over his story. He is a rescue horse who was going to be put down because he was too spooky. And then over the course of about a year, I slowly got to know him better. And when the person who previously owned him was going to pay to have him killed, I intervened and worked out a trade. He says, "Don't talk about those times, Mackenzie."
Not good times.
Yeah. You gonna kiss for me? Thank you.
Do you like pets?
And last week he was a little bit spooky, so we were gonna work on halter training, and we ended up working on just like hanging out. He wasn't super engaged in training. Today he seems not so spooked. Also, he's got kind of some space himself. Although his eyes are
Pets?
a little bit wide, so just be extra careful, McCall, because he is wheel eyeing on us a little bit. And we're going to do our best to make space for him to just call it a day if he needs to, because we don't want to push it if they're feeling nervous. Something about that car is concerning to him. Also, he's separated from his friends, which usually isn't a big deal for him anymore when it's this close, but maybe is right now. I don't know. We all have our good days and our bad days, and you know, his good days are still much better than they were, than even his best days were when I met him. I mean, his bad days are. Forgive me, I don't talk to people much anymore since this pandemic, so I forget how sometimes.
What here?
So today I thought we'd do a little bit more halter training and do some demonstrations about how we got him comfortable, or I got him comfortable with being petted. So let's start with the halter, and then we'll move over to the other training. And what I'm gonna do to start this is just move away from him and see if he wants to engage. So for me in this training, because he's had really bad experiences with halters, which I went into last week and don't need to go over again, it's important he gets to choose to play this game. And if he wants to just go, hey, that's also fine. He has to think about it. He's gonna take a little thinky walkie. Gotta gear myself up. So the game starts really easy. I just want him to touch his halter and he gets a reward. And the touching the halter will then become the start. Will you stand like right here? Of him training with it. And because the halter has had such bad experiences in the past, it's always good to go back over from the beginning with him and just keep reinforcing. Oh, did you want to get in there? Take it. You can get in there. He's like, I did a good halter, so I get to come in. Then, once he touches, I move up to putting his nose in. So he's doing all the work here, and he can just walk away if he wants to. But he's like, yeah, hurry it up, Mackenzie, let's do this. Putting his nose in. We're gonna jackpot that one because he did it even though there was cars sneaking by being noisy. So, getting touch, then he puts his nose in, then it's head down. I'm looking for a relaxation at that point, even if it drops off of him. So, of course, if you're training this yourself, you'd just be focusing at first on getting the targeting of it. Nose in, head down, nice and relaxed. There you go, you're doing a really good job. He's like, I am demonstrating right now, so I'll go through all the phases. Yeah, okay, you ready? Here we go. Can you relax? So he's got his nose all the way in. Sometimes I'll do some of that. Oh, that was a little scary. Sorry, buddy. I didn't think that would scare you. So my goal is not to have him be spooking, so we'll just stay below that point for the rest of the day, since that was nerve-wracking for him. Usually, he's pretty comfortable with that, but like I said, last week he was a little bit more nervous, and he's going to re-engage, which is great. Sorry. Oh, I clicked twice. Why did I even do that? That was just a freebie click for you. Let me get all that out. Now, he's pretty good with this halter, but we haven't worked on it in a little while, and there's a lot just happening. Like cars going out back and forth, and he's separated from all his friends. Relax. Nice. And that might be as far as we get today. Because we haven't worked on it in a while, that's fine with me. I also can separate out the ear touching, so it's not associated with the halter being on and see if he can re-engage by touching me or ear touching. Oh, look at all that. Good. And I can break it up, so I can do touch your halter. This is a big chew. I give him a big piece of apple. Put your nose in, maybe. A little ear touching. So it's not so far up in the game. And then let's just do a couple touches. Take a break. I appreciate him telling, like he got nervous, but he decided to re-engage. That's great. And that's just a sign for me to do a little bit more halter work with him. Oh, it's okay. Oh, a little more spooky. I don't know why. Can you relax? That's not usually a scary one for him. It's okay. Good job.
Do you see that he combined a halter touch with that relax?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I don't know why that's spooking you so much. There you go. It's okay. I'm sorry. Come here. Just take it. I'm just trying to get you. Relax. Thanks. That's more what we're looking for. Oh, not that scary, huh? There you go. It's okay. You want to play the game with him, but let's not get anywhere close to what I did.
Sure.
And you're just going to try and get him into touching it. And then okay. That's all we'll do.
I got it. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, good job. Do you want me to mark and then you can just focus on the halter and treating? Can you give me a kiss? Yeah.
Who's got my treats? All right, you ready, buddy? Put your nose in.
Yeah, just there you go. I'll mark.
Very nice.
We're not going for nose in, we're just going for target.
Yeah, and you're very brave, aren't you?
Yeah, that was scary for some reason.
But
yeah, you did a good job. Just target, not nose in.
Okay.
So just hold it to like the side of his head, not in front of him.
Big piece. Here you go.
He was like, wait a second. He's looking at me like, let's just do one or two more and we'll give him a little break. There you go. Because we had a couple scary ones with me, I want to make sure that he's got some really easy ones. Did you want to check in with me? Yeah. Hi. You said one or two more and then a break. Is that, wait. Want pets? You do hugs? Good hugs. You want to play one more halter with McCall? Do a halter.
Bump it.
Good.
Look, there's 3.
Take a break. Let's give him a break. Cool. So, if I had been able to teach him to halter from the beginning, I don't think he would have the sort of nervousness that he picks up sometimes from it. Can you touch? Okay, you can get in there and snack. Go ahead, snack away. So I don't want to snack at all. But because he had such bad experiences from the folks who first tried to teach him to halter, he is unfortunately always just going to be a little bit more spooky around it than other things. I mean, if I had more time and lived out here and work with him on it every day, I think there's a point at which he'd get better, but
pets?
He's definitely has a tendency to regress, and for some reason he's been a little bit more skittish the last couple times it came out, so I think that's what we're seeing a bit more of.
Yes.
So I thought we could do just finish up with a little bit of how we worked with him on grooming stuff. Do you mind running and grabbing a comb? I forgot to do that.
Sure.
Put this away.
see you. Do you want to run? Come on. Gertie.
So, yeah, hi, how are you? You want to go say hi to Gertie? Say hi. He says, get out of here. I'm working. Back up. You thirsty? Want to go drink of water? Water? You guys, pretty good stuff. No, you'd like more treats? Okay, you can do more treats. So when I first started working with him, he was very, very shy. And the sort of like nervousness we saw today was actually like probably him at his absolute best months and months into training. Now he's much more resilient, and even if he does spook, he can kind of come back from it. He's like, maybe I'll go eat my hay and check on my friends. But handling was like one of his more difficult things. He's got to go make sure everybody's doing okay over there. Maybe eat a little bit of hay. That hay's pretty high value right now. Well, you want to demonstrate with me? So, at first, I had to teach him or get him comfortable with me approaching. So, actually, you be the horse and I'll be the person. I think that's a little bit easier. So, I had to do things like take one step, mark, leave a treat, go away. And then eventually I got him up to where I could be like standing close enough. And then I'd have just like things around for him to interact with. So feel free to interact. Yeah. And then I'd mark, deliver a treat, and then also walk away because he didn't feel comfortable eating if I was too close to him. At first, also during that time, I could only feed him grass because he had never had apples or carrots, or if he had had them, he had had bad experience. Anyway, so he wouldn't eat them. And so eventually I slowly got him interested in them by feeding them to the other horses around, and then he decided they were safe. But it took a long time. Now he kind of loves grooming, and the way that we got up to that was, I mean, one, I can just itch things that he can't reach that is pretty reinforcing of its own. And then two, we just took it really easy. So we started with, I just have my hand out, and if he interacted with it at all, then he would get petted, marked, and treated. He's like, I want to see what my friends are doing. Are they eating without you? That's wild. And then from there, we built up to combing, too. So I'm going to just give him a couple treats, see if he wants to come demo. You want to do one more demo? It's too scary over there. It's like, I don't know, I got a bunch of hay, Mackenzie.
Hey.
Now you could comb him most times. I wouldn't right now because he's been acting kind of more nervous, but without even reinforcing him. He's trying to keep an eye on his friends. He's thinking about coming and joining us, though.
Yeah. On days where he's feeling very brave, he'll let you and I stand on either side of him and both pet him.
Yeah, and for a long time, just being petted was his bravest. It took a while before he was comfortable enough to let me groom him further back than like his shoulder. And then slowly we've gotten up to where he's I trust him around a lot of places. But again, it's one of those things where gotta meet him where he is and remember that some days he, who knows what's going on. He might have just had a bad day or accidentally got spooked by somebody, or maybe there was like loud noises happening all day before I showed up, and now he is much more anxiety prone. That hay is just a high motivator. Ooh, maybe he'll take let's see if he'll come back out for one or two more reinforcements on petting. And if not, we'll probably just call it a day. He's conveniently tucked away behind that tree where we can't just groom him as he eats his hay. With a lot of animals, it doesn't take as much work as it did with him, because grooming's pretty reinforcing for most animals. But if you do have an animal that has negative associations with it, you really want to do the work of creating a very positive behavior. And it is one where I would say, you know, unlike his halter, hadn't been poisoned before, so now he seeks it out for the joy of it, that it is itself, and not necessarily for food reinforcement. And that's actually, you know, a lot of behaviors with him, but some of the ones that were hardest for him early on. We do a target. Oh, nice one. Okay, better snack. Target. Snack. Oh, that's a good snack. Yeah, tasty. He's making a funny face over here. So it gets my dinner time, everybody. He's getting older and he very much insists on his routines. Is it dinner time? You want to just be left alone so you can eat in peace? He's like, I'll play target games over here where I can also get my hay. Okay, snack. Well, we might have to do grooming next time, which is also great because we got a good amount of halter work. Oh, you're gonna make me a liar, huh? All right, you wanna do a little bit of pets? So now, yeah, good one. He's a big fan of it. Do you mind reinforcing when I cook? Do you have enough treats?
Yep.
My hands are getting full. You can take the rest of that too. Would you like more pets? And he likes to just get pet. You okay? You relax a little bit? So you're looking all alert. And you want more? Okay. That feels good, thank you. And again, he gets to pick it. So if he wants pets, he'll just give that a little nibble. And he also sometimes really likes to give us pets back. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna do your target? Good one. And, you know, he seems... I try and get a read on him before. Like, most days I don't think too hard about it, but since he's already swooped a little bit today, just making sure that he's pretty comfortable. And give him lots of opportunities to re-up. Yeah. Yeah, petting's pretty good stuff, huh? Oh, yeah.
Sign, ears relaxed, head going down.
Yeah.
All signs he's enjoying it.
And it's become a really, like, positive thing for him. Helps him relax a little bit, too. Yeah, more? Okay, we'll do this side. Of course, I had to habituate him to this comb. And I just chose one comb. You're not really... Most people don't use these combs for their mane, but... curved brushes. He's pretty good with it. And it was easier to get him comfortable with one. Can you relax a little bit for me? He says more combs, please. I would like some more pets. Good ones. Good ones, my friendo. And he's pretty good about letting me groom most places. I'm not going to push it today just because he was spooky, but yeah, it's a fun game. And again, because this wasn't poisoned, I don't really need to reinforce him most of the time for it. If he regressed, I definitely would go back over and do a lot. But just because I want to make sure, since we haven't been doing as much work recently, I want to make sure he has good associations with it. So a little bit of reinforcement can't hurt. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Big thank you to James for running the cameras. Thanks to McCall for coming out and helping out. Thanks to Canner for just being a great guy and a good friend, even though he's a little bit scaredy cat sometimes. But one of the things we love about you. Thanks to Donkeys for demonstrating for everybody how to do targets and singing so beautifully. And yeah, a big thank you to all of you for tuning in. thanks to all the ranch staff for keeping this whole place running, and to Suzanne for making it all go. And thanks to Celia for helping get the word out. And one more big thank you to all you for tuning in. You can check us out again tomorrow at 1, when this will be rebroadcast, and we'll be back out next Sunday right around 4 for another episode. So tune in then. Thanks, everybody. Oh, and great job on all the horses. I saw all those cool herd of horses everybody's doing. They're looking awesome.
Is your foot bothering you?
Some bugging him? You getting bugged? You want to give kisses while you get checked out? You got a hurt?
He just picked it up a little bit funny. Can I look?
Foot?
Foot.